Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals. They're about to make that very clear.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast, the podcast where we like to normalize checking in on your homies. I'm going to ask you right now, if you like what we do, please follow, like, and subscribe. I'm Mike. That is also Mike. And for episode 116, we have an awesome guest. Not only is he in a sick-ass band called Bario Slam, he's also the mind child behind Mosh For Youth.
The mind child.
Mind child? No, mind child. Dude, we're super excited to have our boy Victor Campos.
Yeah. Welcome, sir.
Thanks for having me, guys. Super excited.
We're stoked to have you on. And I'm stoked that this happened so quickly.
Yeah.
It's like shooting the emails back and forth. Be like, hey, you want to come in on a Monday? I'm free this Monday. Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
We're open this Monday.
And it was like, I'm only free this Monday.
Yeah.
Because after this, it's crazy. But
yeah, you got a hectic few weeks and everything.
months, dude. But yeah. But excited to be here.
Thank you, man.
Dude, we kind of talked about it a little bit off camera, but I want to talk to you about, how this all started, like what the history of this was, how Mosh For Youth like came to be, and kind of how all these pieces came together for you.
Yeah, for
I know
sure.
you guys are now a nonprofit.
Yeah,
officially.
Dude. Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. We got the 501c3 status, which was interesting, but we needed it. But like, to kind of speak of like how it started, man. I've been in the hardcore scene since I was like 14. I'm 32 now. And when I started my first band, without a fight, it turned into Why We Fight. I started throwing shows in my house, right? I asked my mom, can I do this in the yard in Pomona?
Yeah.
Right. And we started throwing shows, and it became kind of a yearly thing. So like I had that kind of under my belt, but we know that backyard shows are a little different in the setup and the promotion.
Was there a name for the backyard?
Nah. They were just like the Pomona backyard show, like stuff like that. But yeah, man, I went to college after high school. I grew up in Pomona. Went to college. I went to University of Laverne. Got my bachelor's in sociology, and then went to Pepperdine University for my master's in teaching. And I taught high school in East LA, right? I taught world history, 9th grade for 2 years, and then 2 years of ethnic studies, 12th grade, which is dope. I fell in love with East LA.
Yeah.
And the students there, and just like the community there. So I feel like my love is always going to be for 3 places: Pomona, right? Guadalajara, which I'm from Guadalajara, and East LA. East LA, it was just so welcoming to me. So, I just taught high school, and I think one day, dude, I was sitting in traffic. And I was like, I want to do more for these kids. They're about to graduate. I taught the same group of students in 9th grade. And then when I moved over to 12th grade, I got them again. Yeah. So I was like, dude, I love these students. I want to give something more to them. So I just like, let me throw a show, like build some scholarships, right? And at the time, I didn't expect it to become a 501c3. I didn't expect it to do anything, right? Aside from throwing this show to raise some scholarship money. And I sent out a tweet, right? That's all it was. I want to start doing this. And a bunch of people came like, hey, let me help you out. Let's figure this out.
Yeah.
But one of the first was George Jamaica. He's a tattoo artist from Pomona. I went to high school with him. He had a vision for Pomona. He's a very community oriented, but he also owns a shop called Por Siempre. Okay. That's his tattoo shop, his clothing store too. And he's like, hey, do it here. Like, I won't charge you anything. The space is open. It was a brand new shop, right? So we did it there. Mosh For Youth 1. Bario Slam ended up headlining that one. And the planning, all the little details, people came along. The boys in Bario Slam helped out a bunch too. And And yeah, I just kind of spiraled from there, man. It was just like a thought in traffic that came to life, and it spiraled into like what it is now, and growing and trying to figure out media and like all that stuff we know is important.
Right.
So yeah, that's just kind of like how it started.
And what year was that you guys did the very first?
It was January 2022.
2022.
Yeah, so planning started in like September 2021. But the first show was January 2022. I think it was like Twisted Kane's first or second show. And we had like a couple like the local bands. You know, I think Harsh Reality played. But yeah, it was then.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
I fucking love that, dude. And then so from there, like the growth. I mean, people are hyped now every time they see
Yeah.
these Mosh for Youth shows. But what was like the deciding factor to say like, hey, we're gonna do this as a nonprofit, and we're gonna push in that direction for this?
Yeah. To make it the deciding factor to make it an official nonprofit was I don't want to get taxed, right? Like the money is in my name,
Yeah.
right? Like the
Yeah.
first couple of years, like it was coming to my bank account. I don't want the IRS thinking that's my money, right? And so that was the biggest deciding factor to like applying for 501c3 status, and doing all of that stuff. But like just even like unofficially becoming a nonprofit, I wouldn't feel right taking money, right, for myself for this. So it was just like about giving back. And I've always been big on like community oriented projects, my like activism, all that kind of stuff, right? I've been pretty involved since high school, in just like social justice kind of stuff. And just looking at the inequities in education, right? All of the barriers that are in our communities, right? For students that want to pursue college. And myself, you know, I'm like full transparency, I'm like 100,000 in debt because of my education, and that sucks, right? And some students are gonna see that and be like, never mind, right? And like I think pursuing it this way, it's just to help out, man. So students don't have that thought that never mind, right? I can't do this, because that just keeps our people down, and we don't want that.
Yeah, dude, it's anytime you're navigating that territory of like student loans and you know, like all it's so disheartening.
Yeah.
You know, and then on top of that, like it just makes you realize how much of the like American school system is like for profit.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is a money making business.
Yeah.
And you know, when you kind of hold the cards as far as education goes, like it's kind of fucked up. You know, like, what do we do at this point?
Yeah.
Especially in communities where you can't afford to just go to college. You can't afford for mom and dad to just send you to school.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why in the website that I'll talk about it, it's just I made it a point to like include community statistics, right? A section on it to describe, you know, the percentages of people from East LA and Pomona, because those are the two communities that I serve through the scholarships, of college attainment. Yeah. Right, like college degree attainment versus places like Beverly Hills or like these more affluent places. And I listed those out just for comparison, right? And that's the college attainment one. And then I also have like the average income one, right? Like, so they could see like the patterns, right? We want people to see the patterns of all of this, right? And again, we do Mosh for Youth because students want to, well, some of them want to pursue college, right? College is not always the answer to like getting out of, you know, fucked up situations. But we want money to not get in the way if this is a way that you want to pursue, right? So yeah, we just make sure to put those statistics because they're important.
Yeah, for sure. And then as far as like these scholarships go, like, do you have like a criteria on who gets these? Like, how?
Yeah, so not major criterias, right? One, you have to either be from Pomona or East LA, right? Those are just the communities that I want to serve right now. Might expand later on, but like for now,
If
like
it's possible.
yeah, exactly. They have to have committed to a 4-year university.
Okay.
And that's it. Right. So those are the two things, right? I don't care about GPA requirements, right? Or like citizenship status, none of that stuff, right? I just kind of like give them a check under their name, made out to the school, right? Like, and that's it.
Sick.
That's so rad, dude.
Yeah, because again, like even GPA, man, I wasn't the best student in high school, right? Like, and yeah, I mean,
and it doesn't matter in the end. Like when you like, let's say you go
C's
through
get degrees, dude.
exactly, that's true, man.
you get that degree, you're golden. Like that's what we're all striving for. Regardless of whether you got that through like having a fucking A+ average the whole time, or you C, like you're still getting
Right. Yeah, and there's a billion scholarships already out that require high GPAs.
Yeah.
Right. Those students are not the only ones going to college. Right. Straight up. So
I love that.
yeah.
I'm actually excited that there's like not super strict.
Yeah, yeah. I only asked one question in the scholarship form, and it's not even I don't take it into account when I'm deciding.
Are you a fan of Bario Slam?
No. Have you upped our Spotify listeners? Yeah.
You just see this massive spike.
During scholarship season. Yeah. No, but I just asked them like, what's your favorite memory of Pomona? Or what's your favorite memory of East LA, right? Because to a certain extent, they're kind of fucked up cities, right, in their own ways, but they're also beautiful in their own ways, and I want them to reflect on that.
It's just finding the beauty in your home.
Yeah,
regardless of where that is.
Yeah.
So. Hell
And-
yeah, dude.
I don't know if this is like an intrusive question, but do you guys have a cap on how many you're allowed to you can give out for a year? Or?
Yeah, I try to do just 2 scholarships a year, one for Pomona, one for East LA, just so that the amount is significant enough for the students, a couple $1,000s, right, to give them their way. If we raise more money, great, right? I'll give more out. Right. But I think just so it could be like a big chunk of like their expenses.
Yeah.
Try to do that.
Dude, and everything, books are expensive.
Yeah.
Dude, school's expensive.
Everything.
Yeah. Life is expensive. Like all of it
Yeah.
adds up, man. I know.
Yeah.
He's just staring off into space.
I know.
Ready for your masters?
Oh, I can't wait. Dude. Well, and how long has Bario Slam been?
I feel we've been a band since 2015.
Okay.
Right, so 2015. I'm the only original member. Now it was me and my boy Fabian, who we wrote the demo. He's a drummer, right? And we wrote the demo in Thanksgiving break of 2015, which is 1 week, and then the following week we recorded the demo, and it was just something quick and yeah. But since 2015, we've been.
Were
around.
you teaching at that time still?
Nah, not yet. 2015, I had just maybe graduated college, or like when my bachelor's or was almost done. After that, I became a substitute teacher for like a year. I loved it because I didn't have to really do anything as a sub, and I got to choose whenever I wanted to go in, right? Which was dope. But like, I didn't start teaching till 2017, I think, until 2021, and then I switched over to my new role now.
And then it's something that we actually asked Chris from Jackknife. Like, did your students know that you played in Bario Slam, or did you keep it kind of on the low?
I try to keep it, man. Like students are gonna search you. They're just gonna find everything about you out, right? Like, so they found out about Bario Slam, and if you listen to Bario Slam, our most known song is Chicano Hardcore.
Yeah.
And the most known lyric is Chicano fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, I'd be walking down the hall and I just hear Chicano fucking hardcore, like, from the side. And it was like, they learned about it and it's fine. Like, I don't care. It's a part of me, right? Like, and that's fine.
It's like there's a part of you that's like, fuck yeah. Another part that's like, I work here.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like, right? But yeah. But they know. They're always going to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. And the school that you work at, they're cool.
They're cool about it. Yeah, the principal, She was cool, Latina. It's funny. Well, yeah, she was just cool about it. And my current bosses, they're super supportive of like Mosh For Youth, and all of that stuff. Like they know about it. They know when I'm busy with it. Like to know, like, all right,
That's sick.
yeah. So like I've been supported a lot by my coworkers and my bosses and
Yeah.
all of that stuff, which is cool.
Dude.
It's what you want.
Yeah, that's what you want. Any support you can get.
Yeah.
Huge, man.
Dude, I don't know if this is. I mean, I think this is a huge compliment. But Chicano hardcore, like, have you heard of a band called Falling Sickness?
Nah.
They're like an old Riverside punk band.
Mm-hmm.
Like, completely different, like styles, but just like the energy
Yeah.
is like, I don't know. When I heard it, I remember being like, dude, this feels like Falling Sickness, and that's a band. That's the band that got me into like punk rock and stuff. And so, anyway, I don't know if there was any kind of
Hadn't heard.
yeah.
You gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like straight punk music back in the day. Every time I think of like, and it's not even Chicano hardcore, but I think of like voodoo. I think of like Manic Hispanic.
Yeah.
I think of, like all these crazy like punk.
Yeah.
Union 13.
Yeah.
Union 13. Yeah.
So, when it comes to like deciding lineups for the year and deciding who we're gonna put on these shows, like what are you normally looking for when you're booking these shows?
Yeah. It's hard because a lot of people want to play.
Yeah,
Right.
This Madre this year.
Yeah. So like a lot of people want to play. You know, a lot of the locals, which is cool. You know, like I love that everybody wants to play. But I have to choose, right? And I have to choose wisely. So it's like, yeah, I want to like uplift some bands that are like hustling,
Yeah.
right? That are hustling and that go out to shows, and support the scene as much as like we're trying to support them as well. But that are also gonna draw people, right? At the end of the day, I'm trying to make money
Right.
for the students, right? So it's like that's a big like back and forth that I'm always having is like, what bands can I get? What bands should I reach out to? That we could like fly out or like, you know, pay to come out or whatever, right? Because we had to weigh the pros and cons.
Yeah.
And like hope that they bring in the money that we're offering plus some.
Because you got to recruit and still make money. for
Exactly.
it.
Because the event costs money too, right? We had to rent the stage, the tent, the porta potties, all of that stuff. It just it adds up.
Yeah.
So like we had to weigh all those things in. But I feel like we did a pretty good job this time of doing that. Like, yeah, Mosh For Youth 1, it was a bunch of the locals, which is cool. You know, like, it was great. Mosh For Youth 2, like, started expanding a little bit more. It's just been expanding a little bit more every single time.
All you want, man.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger every
Yeah.
time is fine, you know.
And what I'm trying to do is, like, get representatives from each section of California, too. Like, I need an IE band, an LA band, an OC band, San Diego now, Bay Area, right? Like, I'm trying to do that as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick. I love that. Oh my god, I keep doing this. I keep blanking on exactly what I was gonna ask.
That's what I did with. I was like, my first question. I was like,
You're like,
tell me about Bario Slam. I was like, that's not the question I wanted to ask. But I like got stuck too. I was like, so I was
Dude, like,
brain's not going there.
Totally sidebar tangent. Today was my first day back in the office fully, after I've been working pretty much from home for like almost 2 months, probably at this point. And I just felt so lost all day. Like, all day. I would just find myself like, what am I doing? Why am I here? Why am I at the copier? I'm not even making copies. Like, just roaming around the office, standing around. People are like, what are you doing?
What you doing?
Oh man, I don't. Yeah, it'll come back to me. You want to jump into some questions?
Yeah.
Sick.
We got some questions.
Dude, we got quite a couple, man. So this one is from. Let's see. I feel like I'm not reading it well because I'm blind as shit.
You want me to do it, Mijo?
Yeah. Often, California.
OFTN.
OFTN, dude.
My boy Rico.
Also, Noe says he loves you. in a lot less words than that. And a little more vulgar.
OFTN. Yeah, it's a very serious question. Yes. How high are his socks?
Gosh, shit. Not that high today,
Oh,
dude. Shit.
I don't even think you can see it on camera, so
I'm
we'll
glad.
act like they're way high.
I'm glad not.
Dude, they're doing his fucking knees, dude.
Sock
Right
check,
here,
fool.
dude. They're soccer medias.
Soccer medias.
Shout out to OFTN. Rico.
Dude.
Pomona hardcore legend.
Let's see. Well, let me pull it up and help you out here.
All right. Our boy Ty asks, personal view on the ties between hardcore and mental health. And then you put no specific type, just in general.
The ties between them? I don't even know how to answer that. You know, like, I think hardcore is just, it's an outlet.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like hardcore is, well, obviously angry, but it's also very depressed.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's a very depressed genre. And it's something that we need. Right. Like I think the aggressiveness in hardcore, it's just a way for us to express our emotions in a way that we know how.
Right.
Right, through yelling and through punching, right? Which is fine, right? It's something that I needed for a long time. Getting into hardcore just needed that outlet, so that I wouldn't, go a different route. So I think that connection is just, it's there and it's necessary, and it's why so many people are tied in and like committed to hardcore.
Yeah.
Right? It's just the commitment is like, you're part of it, and it's a part of me, and that's it, right? Like, and it's because of that connection.
And I think, everything's so relatable when it comes
Right.
to this type of music. You know what I mean? Like, whether you're listening to the more positive side of hardcore,
Yeah,
or even like the super negative
yeah,
side of hardcore, like, it's relatable.
right.
I can listen to both and be like, yeah, I fuck with this.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
And it's gonna go like up and down for like Bario Slam has some depressing lyrics and then some uplifting lyrics and some like hopeful lyrics, right? Like, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a wide range of how we feel or people's experiences. Which
Yeah.
is fucking cool. Yeah, I feel like, and I feel like anyone can come in, especially now with like hardcore being so accessible with like social media and things like that. Like anyone can come into it, but like there's a reason why somebody can get into this music and be willing to get hit
Yeah.
or be willing to like swing, like
Right. Yeah.
It's music speaks to that, and it's an outlet for it, and it's
Yeah.
I'm very thankful that I grew up in the punk scene, then got into hardcore later, but like even just being able to have music in my life like that, it was just I'm really happy because I feel like I come across as a pretty calm dude, pretty positive dude, but like this guy knows like I'm not like that all the time, and so music for me I think kept me out of a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Also from Ty, so what or who actually got you into hardcore, and then what are your thoughts on like the current state of the hardcore scene?
I got into punk first too. So I used to be a little cholito, right? In middle school, I got expelled from middle school actually, for gang activity. Whatever the fuck that means in middle school, right? Yeah,
I got suspended for that too in like freshman year.
But I had a buddy of mine. So my neighbor chick, she was having a quinceañera. I was a chambelan. And I met my boy Robert. I kind of knew about him. And he always tells this story. Like, I hated that guy.
Yeah.
He's one of my best friends now. But he had a band with another guy, Juan, who's in a band called Incisive Crook now. And I was still, plain white t-shirt, khaki pants kind of guy. And they came
Full
to
starch?
straight up, dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk out looking crusty.
Stand them up in the corner when you're done with them.
But they came to my house one day with a bass, right? And they were like, "Hey, play this." And I played it, right? Simple fucking thing, whatever. It's punk.
It's like 4 strings.
Yeah.
We only played
It's
one.
just 4 strings. Dude. I only need the top one. And they're like, all right, cool, you're in the band. I'm like, all right, cool, for sure. Like, we're called the Freshmen, dude. And fucking, it just kind of spiraled after that. Yeah, I got into like the Casualties were my favorite band. GBH started getting a little bit more aggressive as time progressed, and then it spiraled into like hardcore, right? I think me and my boy Robert, we went to a show in, I want to say like West Covina, and there was a guy that was dressed like a cholo, but was like skanking and fucking doing, his shit. And Robert's like, hey man, we should start getting into that kind of music. He's into hardcore, right? And he showed me like Suicidal Tendencies or like fucking like all that. It started spiraling, and then I was like, all right, cool. This is my scene now.
Yeah. I'm a rocker fool now.
Yeah, straight up, like combine the both worlds, right? Because before that, I had my mohawk, a red mohawk and shit, and like patches everywhere, which I loved, right? But yeah, started slowly transitioning. Hardcore today, man, hardcore is crazy. It's getting young again.
Yeah.
And that's fucking wild to me, right? Because I feel like it was for a good while just the people that I went to shows with in high school, and a little bit after high school, like still going to shows. And then I feel like after the pandemic, right, it's just like, it's getting young. Like high school kids are back to fucking throwing down. And it's dope, right? Like I feel like hardcore right now, it's popping. It's crazy. People are beating ass and loving it, right?
Yeah.
Which is fucking dope. Yeah.
Do you feel like, because we're all kind of older now, do you feel like you're like the old head hardcore dude at these shows? Because I remember being a kid and looking at some of the older guys, be like, look at these fucking old dudes, like still doing it. And now I wonder, are we those old dudes like still doing it, or have we crossed that threshold just yet, or what's going on?
I felt like that one time, and I think ever since then. It was like, yeah. The answer is yes. But we played a show in Las Vegas, and everybody was young.
Yeah.
Everybody was just fucking young, and I'm like, you guys are children. and they were beating each other's asses like crazy, like crowd killing, moshing hard. And it was dope, but it was all love, and they had the clown makeup is in, I guess, now.
Yeah.
So like they were in full makeup, throwing like balloon animals around and just like swinging at each other, and like
Where you at this month?
yeah, straight up. It might have been just their influence, right? But they were all young, man, and I'm like, all right, like we're old.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah, it's
fine.
life. I'm wise. I'm wise now.
Dude, I've just, especially the last couple shows that Torture Culture has played, like I'm like, dude, there's young kids coming out like circle pitting and moshing. This is fucking rad. And then I had somebody just tell me like, dude, my daughter loves your band. I was like, fuck. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny because I went to do a presentation at one of the schools that I service to, and it was about like being in a band and like event planning for Mosh For Youth and all that stuff. And one kid, he's like, "Oh, are you gonna be going to that show in December?" And he's like, "For the children."
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, yeah, I'll be there too. He's like, my favorite band is Desmadre.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's so sick. Like I have this high school student, and I wrote to Carlos right away, right, from Desmadre. I hit him up on Instagram. I told him like, hey, I'm talking to these kids, right? Like I'm over here trying to like just do a high school presentation, and they're talking to me about For the Children, which is sick.
It's so sick.
Yeah.
I've said this before, but my favorite thing about Martin being in Desmadre is when everybody asks like, oh yeah, like how do you feel putting on for Chicanos and being a Chicano band? And Martin's like, Filipino dog.
Yeah.
We look close, but
Same team.
same thing. Yeah. We get down, fool. The next one.
Sure. Let's see. Boy Davey, Ceasefire Productions. He said, "What's your favorite Barrio Slam show you've ever played, and what did the lineup look like?"
First of all, shout out Ceasefire. They also became sponsors. So shout out to them. Super, super dope. I think one of Mosh For Youth 3. Bario Slam's not gonna play Mosh For Youth for a while, first of all, because we played 4, and I'm like, all right, we can't.
we need to step back a
I
little
can't
bit.
repeat
Yeah.
the lineup, like, yeah. But Mosh For Youth 3 was special, man. I think that's the first like time people were like piling on like crazy to the lyrics, which was dope. But Portland, right? We played a show in Portland, Northwest Hardcore Fest. And that one's special because it was the second time that we've been out of state. The first time we went out of state was Philadelphia.
Just one random one-off show.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Which was, we got paid $300. We flew out and we're like, fuck it.
Wait, 300 on top of flights, or they?
No, just $300 total. So we lost a ton of money.
Hell yeah.
But we're like, fuck it,
We've all been there. It's all good.
So we went to just play one show over there, which was dope. And then, but this Portland show, we didn't know what to expect,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's what made it special, because we're a band from Pomona. Didn't expect people to know our lyrics up there, but they knew them, right? And I think that's the first time we're like, damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right? Like, what these people are singing along, right? Which is dope. But a bunch of dope bands played that one. Slime, Kind Eyes, Jackknife came up with us, which was dope. But Tears of Joy, dope band, for sure. But it was a fest, so it's a ton of bands. Yeah.
There's something different about people singing along to your songs. I don't know what it's like, but Mike knows a lot.
But what?
I said there's something different about people singing along to your songs. I don't know anything about it, but Mike knows a lot more than I do.
That's wild.
The one show that like people went off for Creative Void for, I wasn't even playing with my own band. Mike filled in for me. And it was like the sickest show that Creative Void had ever played.
We get to like it's like one of those things where we get to like put it in each other's faces, but it's like we both kind of burn each other, because it's like I've played the coolest show his band ever played.
Yeah, without him.
Yeah, it was the Sound and Fury.
Sound and Fury 2010.
Yeah,
Sound and Fury 2010 fucking ripped. I was on Warped Tour.
So fucking rad.
Was that still in
feel
Santa
that.
Barbara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mike filled in for me
Yeah.
because I couldn't be there.
Yeah.
But then also he can say that No Bragging Rights has never played. Sound and Fury. So I've been there. I've performed, but not with my band.
During the pandemic, part of this podcast sparking is we got all hammered and we were like talking to each other, and he's like, I was singing them, but they were your songs. So I was like, doesn't make me feel any better.
You should have been there, man. It was beautiful. That's dope. Nothing to No One said At Last Jersey.
I knew it.
Atlas.
Atlas.
Or
Atlas soccer.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
He said when.
You guys gonna do a bar?
Or he said rip. He said when.
Atlas jersey rip. Honestly, I would love to. I'm the only Atlas fan, but we wrote a song about Atlas. Ice Pick is about Atlas, which is like our one of our newer songs. But one day we'll come out with a red and black jersey.
Dude, just do it. And
Yeah.
Set it up as a pre-order. Whoever fucks with it.
We've sold two jerseys, 2 soccer jerseys already, and they did well.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I tweeted it again. Twitter's been just working for me. We're like, a soccer jersey would be sick.
Yeah.
And then some guy from El Salvador wrote to us. He's like, hey, I designed these for you. he had the designs already done. Bario Slam, Chicano hardcore, like all kinds of stuff. And we're like, how much? Right? And it was fairly cheap, and we got them done, and those came out sick. So an Atlas one, I'm all for.
That's rad though, because I honestly don't think I see very many soccer jerseys as far as like merch go.
Yeah,
right? You see
yeah.
hockey jerseys,
Basketball,
you see jerseys, baseball jerseys, a little more limited, but
Yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. It's another one from. I guess we kind of. It's kind of different. Ty asked, "What started Mosh for Youth? What started Mosh for Youth, and why was it so important to you? So important for you?" I guess we've kind of.
Yeah, we kind of covered it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ty.
Sorry, Ty.
Pay attention.
Our boy David has a couple. He says, if Mosh for Youth continues growing, would you consider a venue change to accommodate?
Yeah. There's talks right now about like. I also want to move. So we do 2 fests a year, one spring and one in the fall, just because Christmas time is for the children time.
Yeah.
And then summer is Sound and Fury time. I'm not gonna try.
It's hard to compete.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try that. So we're all like, all right, spring and fall. So I want to move one to East LA, right? Like, and there's a venue there that I really, really want, Lincoln Hall, because it's across the street from the school where I taught.
Oh,
And it's like an 800 cap venue, and it's decently affordable. So yeah, there's definitely talks, and if it continues to grow, right, we can't keep doing it in a parking lot. We're gonna do it there as much as we can. Much love to Por Siempre, Pomona, just like they've been there since day one. So we're just gonna try to keep working with them as long as we can.
maybe like if you move to like an 800 cap venue or something like that, maybe open up to a couple vendors or something.
Yeah, and we will, right? Like it's just you go and you learn.
It all up and everything. We'll do it, boo.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll just sit there and be like, "How do you feel right now? Feel sad? Come talk to Mike."
So like black eye.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about this.
And then David, and this is David from 97 Minutes.
Got it. Shout out 97.
He said, not much of a question, but Mosh for Youth is getting huge. The growth is awesome to see.
Thank you. Shout out 97 Minutes. Their set at Mosh For You 3 was crazy. It was violent, man. My boy Keto, La Soy Keto, he was on a ladder filming, right? But it got way too violent, and then somebody like pushed the ladder, and he had to jump off. I was scared for him, but that set, it's always in my mind, that 97 Minutes set. Crazy.
Where is he from? Is he from down here?
I think he's from Puebla originally. I think right now he's in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like he shot Torture Culture's first show up in Northern California, so I thought he was like a NorCal.
Nah.
And then I was like, keep seeing him shooting a bunch of stuff down here. So
Yeah. He's here. He's in LA.
Okay.
I think he might have been in San Diego for a little bit, but he's mostly in LA. Yeah.
Okay. Because I swear, I'm pretty sure he shot video and photos of the first Torture Culture show, which was
The Alliance one?
yeah, Northern Alliance 2022.
We played the pre-show for Northern Alliance too in 2021, I think. Bario Slam.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Those shows were fun. I mean, those.
Yeah.
Shout out Ricky for putting those on, but they were rad. Yeah, I was like, where is this guy?
Yeah, he's everywhere.
I've
bro,
seen him
man.
shooting so many shows in random
Yeah.
places. I'm like, and I don't think I've ever met him in person, but I always see the name like.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
the fuck, man,
Yeah.
he's everywhere.
Shout out Keto. That guy's cool, man. He's just a cool person.
Yeah.
Is he coming to this one?
Yeah, he's there at all of them, dude. Him and Steven 197. Much love to Steven, right? He's helped our growth tremendously. He goes to every single one. He shoots all the bands, and he's a great guy. So shout out Steven.
Now, throughout the shows, have you guys had to ever reimburse the venue for any damages that have been done, or has it been pretty
Yeah,
clean
he
so far?
is Mosh For Youth 1. There were a couple holes on the walls, pretty big, and he just kind of taped it. And then they ended up putting, I think, like a frame around it just to like
Sick.
fuck around. But like, nah, again, Jamaica's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And he's just there for the vision.
Yeah. Like all that shit kind of comes with the territory. But,
Yeah.
it's also always like, this is also my shop.
No, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, like we've talked a lot about like, or I've talked a lot about like trying to find a space out here because we want to do a genuine Riverside venue.
Yeah.
And bring music back out here, but finding something one that can accommodate those shows, rents are insanely high right now.
Yeah.
Like every place I've looked at, I'm like, yo, this is dope. This could be a cool spot. They hit me with the rent per square footage. I'm like, why is it so high?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And you would think that with a lot of people moving out of buildings and like kind of doing remote workforces and stuff like that they'd be like, okay, well, we need to make, but they're like doubling down.
Yeah.
Nope, we're charging double for this space because
Yeah.
they need to recoup money, I guess. But
I wanted to, for a good while, I was like, I want to open my own venue, a hardcore run venue, right? It's very needed,
Right.
but more in the SGV, because I live in El Monte now.
yeah.
So like, when I was looking, man, I found one that was like perfect location, great, hell yeah. Then it was like $7,000 a month. I'm like,
Yeah.
never mind.
I found one that was like prime, like downtown Riverside location.
Yeah.
Walking distance from like a lot of the bars and stuff like that. It's just like 8,500.
Yeah, dude.
I was
It's
like-
crazy.
Just ask all the bands, yo, yes, mind playing for free?
Yeah. Which I mean, like I guess once everything gets going and if you build a name for the venue,
Right.
like, I'm sure that's attainable.
It'll pay off,
But like for right now, it's like I
the
can't.
upfront cost is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like the 6 months to a year where you're just gonna take a loss on money. Like I already lose enough money on this podcast, let alone
Yeah.
we can't even pay Jesse over here. He's gonna be mad at me for opening a venue.
What? Yeah, we need you to work there too, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse, for free. Yeah, we need you to run sound and do security there for free. We get you a little cot in the back. Take a nap every now and then.
Paps.
Just paying pubs.
But yeah, dude, it's. I mean, I guess it's all that, like all the costs and everything, kind of come with the territory. But I think what you're doing, especially like with Mosh For Youth and the festival,
Yeah.
and then getting sponsors to come in and
Right.
help out with those things, that's huge.
Yeah.
Like that's a
Yeah.
And like when I hit you up initially about it, I was like, this is probably gonna be a huge number that you guys
Yeah,
are looking
yeah.
for, you know what I mean? And then when you kind of sent me, what you guys are looking for, I was like, we can help with this.
Right. No, yeah. And I mean,
know?
it all adds up, right? And
Yeah.
this is our first time asking for sponsors. The first sponsor we got last time, Burning Bridge Brewery, a hardcore run brewery, dope guys too. So shout out to them. They hit us up last time. They were like, "What do you need help with?" I was like,
Yeah.
Could you pay the stage?" And they're like, "Yeah." And that's a big expense, That's a big ass expense. So that was dope. And then we're like, we should just keep asking for money, right? Like keep asking for people to help us out.
Yeah.
And like we'll try to help them out a little bit too, and that's what we're doing, and it's working out, right? Like the small expenses, they add up.
Yeah.
Right. They add up like
Yeah.
crazy. Porta potties, like generators, whatever. Right. Like
All the things that you really don't think about that come with the territory.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when you have like a tried and true venue, like yeah, there's that overhead cost, but that everything comes with
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
so
Yeah.
it's there.
Everything's there. But
Yeah.
when you're doing a production like
Yeah.
this, we got to bring everything in.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's funny because the day of event, that's the easy part.
Yeah.
Right, like my life is in the emails and the spreadsheets and like just hitting up bands and following up with bands and all of that stuff. So like my life is Mosh For Youth is 80% laptop, straight up.
Have you guys considered or talked to any like labels or anything like that would be down to kind of collaborate with you guys?
Hadn't even thought about it till now. Right? Yeah. So like
Your ideas go right
yeah, because again, it's just like it's a learning process.
Yeah.
Right. Like everything that we've done is like next time this is what we need.
Right.
Right. Last time we got lucky that our food vendor had a generator, because we were fucking up like the outlets at Por Siempre. Too much
blowing out.
power.
Yeah.
Right. Too much power going, and I asked the vendor, hey, can we plug in there? And it was really fucking up during Chasm. Great band. Love that band. And that worked out. But now we need one.
Right.
We need a generator next time.
And you guys are you guys renting the generators, or do you like
We're renting.
buy them and have them on deck for the next ones? Or
I want to refrain from like buying bigger stuff like that, because we will eventually move out.
Move into
right. Yeah. Eventually we will have to like find a new space.
Yeah.
So, and also like storage, right? Like storage of everything is a big deal.
you bought the generator.
Your place, dude. You know?
Yeah, I'll just put it in my backyard and that's it. Just have a stage.
One of these days, I'm gonna just like start storing stuff in the living room. Crime is gonna be like, "What is this? We ran out of room in the garage. So
Yeah.
it's got to stay here for now." Yeah, dude. Like, I think that, I mean, you know, I can't speak for everybody, but I really think that like there's gonna be, if you opened up the possibility to them, like there's gonna be labels that are interested in you know.
It's a cool
Yeah.
thing, man. Like I feel like people want to be involved.
Yeah, and right now that we open like this opportunities for sponsorships, like we're seeing that rolling.
Yeah.
Right. As soon as we posted you guys.
Yeah.
We got people hitting us up, so it's like it's catching people's attention.
Yeah.
Aside from like the fest goers.
Right.
Right. Which is dope. So eventually we will get there too.
And I think just the idea of like, one, you're helping the community, two, you're helping hardcore.
Right.
It's like this is all like hand in hand. And then, you know, even if it's just like a smaller indie label kind of helping put on this production, that's eyes and ears on the bands on this label. But, you know, maybe one of their bands is playing the show or whatever it is.
For sure.
So that could be a cool thing. So.
What's the date of it again?
April 27th. Yeah, so next month.
Right after your wedding.
Right after my wedding.
Literally the day after your wedding. It's such a cooler thing to do.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just cancel the wedding because we did help sponsor. So we'll just go to that.
All that money we're putting towards the wedding. Just,
Dude, it's funny. One guy, he got married. He's donated like $2,000. I don't know if he wants me to name him or anything, but like,
Like,
he also got married and asked people to donate in the wedding registry.
Sick.
Right. And I'm like, dude, you're such a fucking rock star, man. Like that's so sick. He's from Pomona too. So big shout out to him, because that's like what, half of a scholarship already just in his donation. So
Yeah.
so shout out to him, for sure.
Dude, and now that you guys are a nonprofit, people could do this as charitable donations.
Straight
so
up.
They can donate and write this off on their taxes and shit like that.
Yeah, we have a company that actually like, we have a buddy that also comes from hardcore. He messaged me on Instagram, hey, I nominated you to our charitable giving, you know, like whatever shit that they have at his company.
Yeah.
And you guys won. So I had to like fill out a W-9 form and all that stuff for them, which is fine.
Yeah.
Right. Like get your tax write-off, whatever.
Right.
Right. And they're giving us $500. So shout out to them too.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I just the thought of like, now that I'm really thinking about. No. The podcast will not be a nonprofit. That's just we're asking for too much at that point. But just the idea that like that like filing and just getting that status, it's so huge.
It is.
Now it's not even a matter of just like, hey, can you help us out because you like what we do? Like there's incentives for bigger businesses to come in and help support and drop money and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like we're applying to like we're applying to grants and stuff too, which is its own beast. Again, 80% laptop.
Yeah.
Dude.
So much paperwork.
Yeah. So So yeah, it did open up those doors, right, for businesses to be like, all
Yeah.
right, this is real.
Damn, that's sick.
Yeah.
And just for my own, because now that my head is spinning with all this
Got
stuff
me
like that.
going.
When it comes to like a nonprofit, right? When it comes to essentially running the organization,
Yeah.
Are there like really strict guidelines on what you can and can't do as far as a nonprofit goes, or like are you always under somebody's radar to make sure that you're not like, you know, misappropriating funds or doing like weird things?
No, I keep track of like all of my expenses and keep track of like an electronic trail of
Right.
everything. Right. If I Zelle something, right, it's gonna be in the notes, whatever, right? I keep track of everything. If anything seems a little bit funky, I ask my sister, right? She works for the IRS. She knows.
Cool.
She knows what. Yeah, she's the enemy too. Dude,
Yeah.
but she's probably watching my fucking nonprofit.
She's like, well, auditing this year.
Yeah. So like, nah, there's not too many like eyes. I think once we got the nonprofit status, that was the most eyes that had been on it, right? Because I had to explain everything that we've done already, right? Bylaws, like, well, my buddy's a lawyer. He did it for us, right? And it was like, you know, I want to say like 50 pages of work.
Yeah.
To do all. So that's where the eyes were, because we also had to have officials, right? In the paperwork, we needed to have a CEO, a CFO, a secretary, and like we had to. Yeah, it was an insane amount, but that's when the eyes were. Yeah.
It's so much like red tape essentially that you have to like, you know, list off all your managing members in the business and all the stuff like that.
What they do.
Yeah, what do they do? What percentage do they hold?
Yeah.
Like, all those things. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, and again, I didn't think that's what it was gonna be when I shared the tweet. Right, I just wanted to throw a show.
yeah. Throw a show and help some kids out, you know?
Yeah, but again, I don't want to get taxed, so
Yeah,
that was necessary.
I feel you on that. Like every because I do like freelance work and stuff like that
Yeah.
too. So it's like not only like any money for like let's say merch that we sell with Walking,
Yeah.
it's all coming through me. And
Yeah,
anything for torture culture, it's all coming through me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, my freelance stuff's all, and so I'm like, oh, I have to like keep a strict
Yeah.
accounting of what's what and differentiate
Yeah.
this from this. And
yeah,
this is like Walking Blind's only 50% me, so the other 50% it's all
Yeah.
debt, but
Yeah.
the other 50% is his. You know, but so just things like that. It's so much like to keep track of, and
Yeah.
when it ends up like you're like obviously you guys are giving this money
Yeah.
out at that, so you have to prove that you're actually doing
Yeah.
it and show
Yeah.
it,
Exactly.
but it's still it's a big undertaking.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like a labor of love.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure, for sure.
How hard are you gonna sleep on the 28th?
Dude, I'm not actually, because the 28th Bario Slam has a show in San Diego. With Move and with Initiate. So like they're doing a weekender. We're flying Move out, so like they had to do a whole thing, right? They just, for it to make sense.
Yeah.
So we set up a show at the Che Cafe for them, and Bario Slam jumped on that. So I'll sleep on Monday. It's fine. I'm gonna request a day off so I could sleep. Yeah.
Did you that weekend we have his wedding, that Friday,
Get married on Friday.
Saturday.
It's early. Just an early one.
Yeah, Saturday Mosh For Youth, and then on Monday, Torch Culture's playing in San Diego with Cro-Mags.
Oh, nice.
So I had to adjust my days off. I was like, I need Monday off too, because I had already taken time off for his wedding.
Yeah.
My fiance was just like, I forget how it came up. We're talking about like because we're going on a cruise for our honeymoon. On Monday we leave, and then she's like, yeah, and then we go on a cruise, and then Mike's band plays with Cro-Mags. I was like, I know, I saw that too.
I mean, we're opening, you know. Well, there's cool bands on that bill. Abominate's playing, Major Pain's playing, Berthold City's playing.
Yeah.
So it's like
Nice.
it's a sick little lineup for that one. It'd be nice to have that much stage to move around on.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I'm so used to playing either floor shows or
Yeah.
like, you know, small stages. So
You gotta just be careful, man. You gotta, be smart. Don't just take advantage of the fact that you have so much space that you run around and you gas yourself.
nope.
Dude,
Yeah.
I did that shit. And I was visibly like taking in a bunch of air because I was like, fuck yeah, I had all this room and I was able to move around finally. And then after like 2 songs, I was just like, oh no.
It's happening.
This was a mistake. This was a mistake.
Dude, speaking of running around on stages and stuff, do you have a kind of? I know we're jumping back and forth between Mosh For Youth and
that's
Bario
fine.
Slam, but do you have like a warm up that you do to prep for shows, or
I drink.
he's about to be so mad? I love how much this question pisses him off every time we ask it.
I honestly, nah. I don't warm up. I just kind of go. I try to not. Not even that's a lie. Nah, I don't do anything. I get a little tipsy and I play.
Appreciate your honesty.
Mike does the most.
I have to do the most to make it just look like I'm just doing my thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But that's cool, man.
To be fair though, like when it comes to no bragging rights, you're doing a lot. Like you're singing and screaming and jumping and walking and trying not to roll your ankle.
Trying not to look old, basically.
Trying not to look old.
That's really all that is. Like all that
Yeah.
jump
Yeah.
roping, running. It's all just I don't look old.
After all this time together, now we just stand side stage at each other's shows and wait for them to either like get tired and rest their arms on their knees, be like, "You look right there.
Yeah,
You look old as shit."
We can't. That's just like a no.
No.
He found a loophole. He takes a knee now. He gets on one knee on stage and acts like he's praying. That's fucking cheating, dude.
There's a difference between like being gassed and like you're doing that, and then I'm taking a moment.
No. You take a
I'm
knee
letting-
and you look at me and you go,
Yeah. I need more people to learn our lyrics so I could just give them the mic, dude.
Dude, that's everyone's dream.
Yeah.
just sing the songs for me so I don't have to.
I just want to announce the song and then you guys take over.
Dude, like, the best is when it's not a big crowd. You do that.
Yeah, dude.
No one's singing along.
to 3 people.
Don't even get to them. You just
You
put it up.
You're just looking like if it's a stadium.
Yeah.
dude, like,
The pictures will look rad later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As long as you have a good photographer,
Yeah.
like, hey, maybe get just
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's do your cutoff right here.
No way, shoot this way, not that way.
yeah.
Dude, I speaking of like people singing along, I remember there's this old Kendrick video of him performing in an arena, and like legit, the beat drops and he doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
The whole crowd's singing and he's just like looking around, letting everybody sing the whole song. He's like, cool. And I was like, damn, you just got paid so much money to stand there.
Straight
just
up.
fucking let everybody sing along.
Yeah. That's so badass.
So much money. That's so sick.
Someday, guys. Someday we'll all get there.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Dude, well, do we want to jump in the mental health check?
Yeah, let's do it. Just make sure there's no more questions.
I didn't see.
We always get like 1 or 2 stragglers that come afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, after and sometimes we're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Question. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Oh yeah. I was like, you gonna get...
The mental health check?
No. Mental health checks where we like checking weekly, see where we're at mentally. That way, if things are going well, what's going on, that's keeping us in a good place. And if things maybe aren't going so well, maybe what's going on or what are we neglecting to do that is keeping us in a funk. So who wants to go first? I guess.
Started, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
let's do it.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. It's been a stressful couple of weeks with Mosh For Youth, honestly. Like, I think there was one day where I was like, fuck, man, we had to figure everything out now. Like, I need to pay for everything. Try to find the best vendors and all that stuff. So, like, there was one day where I just finished all my work for work. And then I was like, I need to make calls right now. And I spent all day. And that helped a lot. But also just work. This is the last week of the quarter. So a lot of my work is piling on this week, as it always does, right? This is like expected stress is right now. So like I'm a little tired, stressed out, but it's gonna be all right. Next week I'm in Mexico, so I'm just looking forward to that. I got the whole week off, me and my
That's
girlfriend,
vacation, right?
yeah, to just go and chill, and my family's over there, so it's gonna be nice. Yeah.
Where exactly, if you don't mind?
Guadalajara. I bought some land over there too. So we're just gonna. My girlfriend hasn't seen it, so we're gonna go see it. It's next to a lake. It's so dope. So I'm ready to vibe, dude. I'm ready to vibe.
Is there anything on the land or?
It's no like that whole. So like, it's called Tajititlan. On one side, it's developed, the businesses like it's popping. And then on the side where I bought my land, there's nothing, like dirt roads and all that stuff. But they're gonna start building soon, which I'm excited about. To just me and my family, my parents, we go and take chairs and just sit there and grab some beers or whatever.
Yeah,
it's a vibe.
Stars.
Yeah,
Right here.
yeah, and it's cool. It's cool because a bunch of my siblings. So I'm one of 8 kids. I think it was 5 of us that bought land in that area. So it's gonna be our block, dude. Straight up, like it's gonna be dope. Yeah. And it's cheap, right? I pay $150 a month for the land. So like, yeah, I don't have much money. So 150 I can afford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like I've if you look at my YouTube search history right now, it's wild. But I fell down this rabbit hole of like one, homesteading, but 2, like family, like communes, like compounds where you'll have like generations that all live on the same land, not in the same house, but like, you know, like me and my lady will have a house here, and then like there's acreage, so a little bit down the way, like my family might have a house, my parents might have a house. And like part of me is like, that's sick, you just build your whole community. Another part is like, but I don't know if I wanted to be my mom and dad living right there.
Yeah.
But dude, I think that's one of the things that used to be so like prevalent in society that just kind of went away.
Yeah.
We're like, no, we gotta get as far as fuck
Yeah.
away from family and friends as we can.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, just let's get a whole ass cul-de-sac.
Yeah,
Whole ass,
straight up.
You know, neighborhood. For
Yeah,
us.
it's funny because me and my family, like, we weren't like the crazy closest. Like, we don't hate each other or anything, right? But my girlfriend's family, they're best friends, right? Like, and I think that made me realize, like, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, that's super dope that they're just like want to be in community with one another.
Yeah.
Right, which is tight, and I think that kind of like it just trickled into my life a little bit, and it's dope.
It's cool.
You just run the Mosh For Youth empire from Mexico.
Yeah, dude.
Just really quick. So you're under a lot of stress.
Yeah.
So what are some of your things you like to do to decompress or kind of get you know?
When it comes to like work stress, I could work from home. I don't like to. I like to go to the office and just sit down and focus. Yeah. But I've been walking a ton. I just got to get outside, right? Like I'll do, hour and a half, 2 hours of work, and then be like, I need to go on a 20-minute, 30-minute walk. And that just, it clears my mind. And I love it, like it's just super, super chill. I took Thursday off last week just to go on a hike and then grab some good food, and that's it, right? Like I like to be by myself. I like to go to the movies by myself, go to eat by myself. Like it's so cool to me. I like to be on my own schedule.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I do. I watched Dune 2 by myself last week too. Super sick movie, but
crazy good, right?
Dude, way better than the first one, I think. Yeah. And I like the first one. Right.
I still haven't seen it.
It's so good.
I was like, because at my work, like, talking with people who've seen it and stuff, and I was like thinking, man, this is like the best movie I've seen in at least the last 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
It's crazy good. It's
5 years.
I wouldn't say the best one in either. It's in the top 5, I think. Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's like
that movie was phenomenal.
It's insanely good too. Have you seen anything?
You know what's funny is my brother and I, we both, and it's not because we don't like. We both are super interested in it, but like we're both old, and so when we try to watch something together and it's like past like 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
I don't even know why we even try because
Don't try it, dude.
it's just like we'll get like I feel like I've seen it 3 times, but I've never
Focused,
I've never
right.
finished it.
Yeah.
The movie's phenomenal. It's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Dune for me, it's like, and like I don't care, dude. Fucking nerds, bring it. I think it's like what I always hoped Star Wars would be.
Which there's connections, right?
Yeah.
Like
Apparently it came first.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm getting all these like Star Wars vibes from this, and then like realizing that it came first, and then
Yeah.
like, there's like some shit that's like straight up stolen from. Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's awesome. Oh, so when you go on like walks or hikes, are you listening to music? Are you listening to like a podcast, or do you have nothing?
Sometimes I'll listen to music. Honestly, like I work in downtown LA, and I don't listen to music when I'm in downtown LA. Like when I go walks over there, I just kind of like walk around, look at the buildings, whatever, right? Look at the small little pockets. Yeah, I mean, I can't. Yeah. I shouldn't. I shouldn't not be aware of my surroundings. But when I'm doing that, like, I'll just listen to the city. If I'm walking around the house, then I'll put on like my headphones, listen to some music, some corridos, right? Like straight up, and go on with my life.
Sick.
Oh yeah. Where you at, Mike?
I feel like I'm doing well mentally. I think I've been for like first time ever in my life. I've been going to the gym, and I've been like consistent with it.
We get it, dude. You start working out.
Yeah, I had Mike buy me gym shoes that I wear now.
No.
No, the roast.
Technically, you bought them. I know. Facilitated the deal.
I was at the gym, showered at the gym, came here.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
That's tight.
You're a real workout guy.
I'm
now.
a real gym guy. I do gym things. I saw Adrian there.
Yeah, he's
That
way more
guy.
fit than you.
That guy, I don't know where he finds the energy, cause
He's committed, man.
he works early
Too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
and then goes to the gym.
Yeah,
Wild.
He's committed. I applaud Adrian for he's made such a change. His diet still sucks, and he can he knows.
Yeah.
But like just seeing the transformation in him, like not even just like physical transformation, like just seeing overall, like he stands taller, like there's more confidence.
Yeah.
There. There's like this,
He's a grown man, dude. He's no longer a boy.
He's no longer.
He was a boy, and now he's a man.
He's no longer the kid yelling "sad panda."
Yeah.
every show.
No, he still every now and then.
He still does it, but it doesn't. It sounds more masculine now. When he,
Yeah.
But yeah, Adrian's come a long way. It like to the point where I like see him posting workout videos. I'm like, I used to do that. Not anymore. Not anymore. But I used to do that.
I just kind of like I look lost when I'm at the gym. I'm just like figuring stuff out, watching people, and then when they're done, I like mimic them. I'm like,
Yeah.
Is this the way? No, it's good.
You go smell the chair that they were sitting in.
I wipe it for them. I clean it for them. So, yeah, doing. I feel like I'm doing well. I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of good like fun distractions for me lately. As far as like I love like comic book movies and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's like a lot of weird stuff going on right now, which has been fun. I heard a really fun conspiracy this week.
We'll talk about it later.
I sent it to you.
We talk about it later.
Yeah.
The Michael Jackson one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. That's like one of those ones where like it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I love those conspiracies. It's like okay, cool. Why?
Yeah.
But yeah. Where are you at, Michael?
Overall, I'm good. Adapting to being back in the office because I have like a new class that came in, and I feel like it's been so long since I've had a new hire group come in that I'm like, fuck, what am I supposed to do? Like, because I've just been home for so long.
Is there a reason why there hasn't been?
We were fully staffed for a long time,
okay.
so we transitioned from working on training new hires to like updating curriculums and like, you know, building refreshers and building training courses and stuff like that. And then just cross training already seasoned agents on like newer skill sets and stuff. But now that we have a new, all of that just probably sounds like gibberish. But
One other person that gets that.
sounds like I know. But so now we had a new hire class come in, and it's like, you know, oh yeah, I got to remember how to do this again and stand in front of classroom and teach people.
That's wild, dude. I don't know how you guys do that.
It's different for me because like there's no like, if they don't pass, it's not on me. You know what I mean? Like it's not one of those situations where it's like, I gave you the material. It's up to you. You're adults. Well, no, it's different. Like, right? like even with us, like I don't care if you're on your cell phone. Like I don't care if you're not listening to me. It's your job on the line, right? Like you don't want to learn, fine. You're not going to keep your job.
Yeah.
When you can't figure out how to do this stuff, versus when you're working with kids, like you genuinely having to teach them and molding them and things like that. I almost said grooming, and that was the wrong word. Completely wrong word.
They're allegations, dude.
So back in the office, just adjusting that. I had a moment. So I've been working out as well. I'm down 10 pounds.
Nice.
But what made me realize how fat I got was I tried on my suit from a couple years ago when I did my cousin's wedding. I was the minister, essentially. Yeah, I was the officiant.
Reverend.
Bought this sick ass suit, all black. Mike sent us a picture of the suit that the groomsmen were going to wear. I have a suit that I can wear instead of having to buy a new one. Yeah. Your boy's got to buy a new suit. Still, even after the 10 pounds, doesn't fit. But
right now, Jordan's cheering. She's like, yes.
You know what?
You got a month still, dude.
But what fucked me up is like, it's not even that the waist was too small.
Yeah.
The shoulders were too small. Like I put it on and like it's like curled up here because like my shoulders got wider.
You're growing.
I guess.
You're growing.
Growing boy. I'm just getting stockier by the
you're getting muscles
by
in
the
places
day.
you didn't know.
I don't know what it is, but I was like, and that's when I texted you and I was like, hey, can you send me the address for the suit shop? But my shirt came in, shoes came in.
Sick. You guys made fun of the shoes, got them, or the shoes that I wanted for the wedding.
They're like the I'm gonna baptize you this weekend.
Yeah, dude.
They came like in the picture. Let's be honest, they look like Doc Martin ripoffs. Fine, like cool, whatever, right? And then the shoes came in, and there's like a super soft memory foam insole in there. No, it's like, but they're low tops, right? So it's like the old guy dress shoe, and it's like part of me is like, what the fuck is this? The other part of me is like, this is a Mike Perez move, 1000%. Yeah. Like this looks like
Yeah. Originally it was me, Doc Martin.
Yeah.
And these guys are like, fool, you got the, what'd you guys say? Dr. Martinez's?
I said, damn, Mike hit us with the Dr. Martinez's. I was like, these are the let me baptize you ones.
We're gonna look.
Me and Martin were just going back and forth with Mike on the group shot.
See, they're comfortable too.
Dude, they look comfy. I haven't tried them on yet, but got them in.
That's all that matters now, dude. At this age, it's what I bought some ugly ass hiking shoes, straight up, but they're so ugly. And my girlfriend was making fun of me, but my feet aren't gonna hurt.
Yeah, I have a pair of like trail hiking shoes.
Yeah.
They're like Nike trail, whatever. They're so ugly. The colors are hideous. But I was like, if I like fall off a cliff or something like that, you'll be able to see these. They're like all these crazy colors.
Yeah.
You'll see these. So, but yeah, man. Other than that, I'm chilling. Everything's been kind of we've gotten a lot of like wins lately, and I've just been kind of taking them in stride and just being like, all right, cool. Like everything's been positive.
Yeah.
So, wind.
Yeah, we got a lot of wind lately. Also, I walked out of work today and my car was yellow because of all the pollen and shit that was like flying around. So Mike's gonna have a meltdown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm doing good. I almost had to go home yesterday. Look how bad my allergies were.
Dude, speaking of like feeling sick, first off, glad Jesse's back.
Jesse scared us.
Jesse scared us. Jesse scared us. He was like, oh, I was in the hospital. I'm like, what?
I was like, if you don't want to come to my show, just say you don't want to come to my show. You don't have to go through all that.
Oh yeah, dude, you guys played a hockey game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
Before.
Dude, that's sick.
That-
Sickest thing we've ever done.
That like is the perfect environment for Burner State because you guys can tell corny jokes. You guys
yeah.
can do like all the weird shit when you guys are playing, and like everybody loves it. Dude, I have a video of their bass player Ty, because it was at a beer festival, jumping off stage, walking through the crowd, going to the beer vendors and getting a drink of beer, right? And there's like this little old lady that's like, yeah, she's like patting his back. I'm like, see, this is perfect.
That's our environment,
dude. That's tight.
Yeah, we played for the beer outside for the beer fest, but at the Ontario Reign game, for hockey. It's fun. It was rad.
I will say this. I'm gonna give Gerald some credit. Gerald told a joke on stage in public where he said, in honor of this show, we're going to play our best song. And I was like, that took a lot for you to say these words, Gerald. I'm proud of you.
He was getting on the mic.
He was getting on the mic. I was impressed. Like, good job, dude.
Dude, I felt like I did a good job of talking a lot of shit on the other team. But keeping it, you know, keeping it G.
The Coachella, whatever. Yeah.
What I call? Oh yeah. I was just doing like that, like all the Firebirds.
Yeah.
I was like more like fire nerds.
Just dad joke central.
Where are you guys from? Coachella. Where's Cucaracha?
It doesn't make sense.
It didn't make sense. I was just trying.
It doesn't matter.
I was just trying to hurt them. That's all. That's all. I just wanted to hurt feelings and just wanted to hurt feelings
Like
without
the team
swearing.
was in the crowd.
I know. Dude, the game was good. We went to the, you know, our 3 listener hockey fans out there. It was the Reign were down 3-2 with like 2 minutes left. So they pulled the goalie. They did that risky move, and then they scored with like 20 seconds left. Tied the game. Oh, you were gone.
I was gone.
I was like, Mike, you remember?
I left.
Dude,
Yeah, Crime was like falling asleep, and she was tired. So
and then there was this, and then as the period was ending, there's this massive fight. The goalie started this crazy fight, and then the goalies met half center ice.
Yeah.
They did the whole thing.
goalies?
It was
That's wild.
yeah.
I feel like you're making this up because
Totally
I left.
making it up.
I feel like you're making this up because I left the game.
totally making it up. Totally making it
You
up.
had to be there.
I know. Like it's a once in a lifetime thing. You're never gonna see it.
Yeah.
Because I got sick.
And then they called me out there to take one of the shots. It was incredible.
All right, I'm out.
Yeah. No, but they really did pull their goalie. They really did score with like 20 seconds left, and then
lost though,
they
right?
did overtime. No one scored in overtime, so then they did the shootout.
Yeah.
And the other team won in that, but it's fun game. I was like, let's just do this. let's just do this. Why are we trying to play other shows? Let's just do
Like
this.
real punk rock shows.
Yeah.
Come on. Play to the dads. All right, let's add some jams to our playlist and then let's get out of here. So every week we just add a song to our playlist. We have a Walking Blind playlist. Pretty much any genre, anything. Like what have you been jamming that's, you know, what have you been bumping this week basically?
This week. I get one song.
One song. What you get at? Oh, sorry, one Bario Slam song.
Yeah, I was
And then
One
one-
Bario Slam
and
song.
then one that you've been jamming.
Bario Slam, I would say You Ain't That Guy. I think that's one of my favorites that we have. Yeah. Non-Bario Slam, I'd say Incisive Crook, King Stayman. They're just an underrated band from Pomona. And yeah, I think they need some more love.
Sick.
They deserve more love. They're super sick.
Incisive Crook,
Yeah.
King Stay Man.
Yeah.
Sick. Mike.
So I'm gonna do. I don't think we've added this one to the list. But it's a band called Dark Buster. One word. And the song Cheap Wine.
Dark Buster, Cheap Wine.
They're like one of those bands that like I was like, oh my gosh, this band's gonna be like my favorite band ever, and then I just like forgot about them because I think they're from the East Coast. And then like I don't know how we had them with one of our buddies, probably in the Napster days.
Like an accidental find.
Yeah, for sure. And then having to like do the research and be like, where the hell are these guys from? They're like that like fun like doo-wop punk rock stuff.
I've been jamming No Cure lately.
Great band.
So I think I'm gonna go.
Met those dudes on tour.
Parasite. 2 shots.
We
Heavy.
we're in Alabama, I think it was, and I think they had just gotten off tour, and so they were all hanging out at the show. So we met them. Yeah, the last MBR run, and
Was the Born Dead run or the?
Yeah.
Okay.
And who was? Oh, it was Mugshot did I think they did like a Pantera cover. I think it was Pantera. And the little guitar player from No Cure. And I was like, crowd killing. That's pretty awesome.
That band is so good.
Yeah.
Fucking
They're
rip.
dope.
Mugshot's dope too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why they should have headlined. They should have headlined that.
Dude, that little run that you guys did, like Downswing, fucking killing it right now. Mugshot's killing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sick
Mouth,
little...
Mouth for War was sick.
Yeah.
That's where Your Spirit Dies. Fun run. But yeah.
All right, well, you want to plug any socials and any...
Yeah, I mean, follow Mosh For Youth, Instagram, Twitter, Bario Slam HC, same thing, Instagram, Twitter. We have a Facebook, we don't use it.
I think everybody has one just because. Just
when
to
we
have it.
started, it made
Yeah.
sense, but not anymore. But yeah, I mean, shout out to you guys for sponsoring, and shout out to all our sponsors, Ceasefire, Burning Bridge, Por Siempre, and much love to Oxnard today. Yeah, Cola Boy passed away today, from what I hear. So much love to the whole Oxnard scene. And yeah, sending my love to them. Yeah.
Dude, for us, first off, send some love to Martin. Martin's in the hospital. Did you know that?
I did not know
I
that.
didn't know that either.
Martin's in the hospital.
Why?
Pneumonia and a blood clot in his lung.
What?
He posted it on social medias. I'm not announcing anything.
Yeah.
When was this?
Today.
Was he making fun of me from the hospital?
Yes. He was making fun of you from the hospital.
That's good.
So I met up with him for when I hit you up when you were going into work.
Mm-hmm.
I was heading out towards West Covina and I met him at Clatch for
Was that
coffee
today or yesterday?
yesterday. Yeah. And then he was telling me that I guess at the 1720 show that Miss Madre played, he was like, dude, I couldn't breathe again, and he was like, it was hot. I had to take my shirt. Like he took his shirt off. He was playing shirtless. And he would just dump water on himself every in between every song. And I was like, well, what do you think it is? He's like, I don't know. He's like, but I made another doctor's appointment to see what it was, and then he got admitted.
Damn.
Because they did like tests and everything. So yeah, he's. I think he's gonna be there overnight. Then he'll go back home tomorrow. So yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks. It's rough. That's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Dude.
Like fucking blood clot in your lungs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, serious
well,
thing. And then he still finds the time to talk shit to me.
I mean,
I want you to know like how much this meant to us on the group chat, just talking shit to you. Martin's in a fucking hospital bed.
Those shoes suck.
In one of those gowns, his ass out.
I like how you posted his gown.
I know.
And he was like, new digs.
Fucking Martin.
And in fairness to me, I worked and then I've been to sleep since.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't see it until I saw the post like 6 hours later because I got off work, and I finally like looked at my phone. I was like, "What the fuck?" I texted him. I was like, "What happened?" Kind of gave me the whole rundown.
Damn. I want to plug in the GoFundMe for our boy No Way.
Yeah.
He's shot a ton of bands, done videos for bands, and he got like $15,000 worth of gear stolen. No leads, nothing, but it's been cool. He's see a lot of people supporting him, and so yeah, the GoFundMe. We also still have our GoFundMe up for our Feels on Wheels.
Way less important.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, follow, like, and subscribe.
At Walking Blind Pod, at walkingblindpod@gmail.com. Yeah, pretty much everywhere.
Cool.
Sick.
Well, Victor, dude, thanks for hanging with us,
Thanks
man.
for having me. Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, we love you guys. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.